Shalom. Today I'm going to show you how to block applications in your Kaspersky firewall. Now the way you do this, you have to open up Kaspersky, and the way you do is you go down to your tray on the bottom right, your system tray. You double click on the Kaspersky icon to get it open. Once it's open, you go to the bottom left, the icon of the gear, which is the settings. You click on that. From here on the left, you click on protection, and from there you're going to see a list of things open up, and you want to scroll down until you see firewall here. You want to make sure it's on. See here it says on, and then you want to click on it. From here you want to click on configure application rules. Click on that. Now I'm going to expand this. So what we have here is you're going to see a list of all the programs you have installed on your PC. Now what you want to do is you want to find the application that you want to block from communicating with the internet. So for instance, Camtasia. So anything I see here, let's say I want to block Camtasia. So let me tell you the reason why you would want to do this. The reason why this becomes helpful is a firewall does two things. You can prevent applications from opening up. So if you want to block applications for whatever reason from opening, if somebody goes and clicks on it to open it up, you can block it from opening up. Another thing you do is you can block any programs that you open from communicating with the internet. And the reason why a lot of people use that feature is because a lot of people download pirated software. So for example, I'm going to use Camtasia for example. So if you download, let's say, Sony Vegas or Camtasia from a torrent site or somewhere where it's cracked, what's going to happen is that you're going to get a license key that the program will recognize, and it'll allow you to install the program. Now what happens after you install software is that the software communicates or talks with the internet to check to see if your license key is valid. Most of the times when you buy software and the license key you get, they don't want you to share that with a lot of people because they want everybody else to buy the software also. So what people do is they get one valid license key, and they'll share it with millions of people, right? Like if you go and you download it from a torrent site, there's thousands of people downloading the same software with the same license key that you're using. So let me close this. So what your computer is going to do is after it installs the software, it's going to let the software talk to the computer, to the internet, to find out this license key that you just used, how many people are using it. Are you the only one? Because if you're the only one using it, then that's fine. You bought the software, you got the license key. But if there's 100 people using the same license key, then they're going to know that that license key is being shared and is among a bunch of people that didn't pay for it. And what's going to happen is that the company is going to send a signal back to your computer, to the software, and say, look, block this software, make the key invalid. And then a couple days later, you're going to get a message saying your license key expired, blah, blah, blah. So what people do is when you download these software, they include something called a crack, which you have to run a crack to allow the allow the program, in combination with you using the firewall. And what you use the firewall for is you tell the firewall to block this software from communicating with the internet at all. That way it cannot send a signal out to the internet to check whether your license key is valid or not, and they'll never know that you're using pirated software. You see? So the crack that's usually included with the software in combination with the firewall prevents the software from ever knowing that you're using a pirated version of it, and you'll be able to use it forever, basically. So the way you do it is you go to the application you want to block from the internet. So in this case, Camtasia. So I see here something called Cam Studio, and if you open it up, it's going to show you all the little software. There's all the software that's part of Cam Studio. So this is what you do. You go to Cam Studio or whatever application you want to block, and you right click it. Actually, okay, sorry about that. You right click it. I'm sorry, this is not where I want to take you. You can do it from there too, but the easier way is you see here where the check marks are. Now the check marks are under network. Network is the internet, right? So you go to Cam Studio right here. You go across to this check mark, meaning allow this to communicate with the internet. You open it up and you click deny, and then you're going to see an X. Okay, so from here on out, this software cannot communicate with the internet. If I open it up, anything under it is going to be blocked also. See? Okay, now, so we have Cam Studio. Now, Camtasia is made by a company called TechSmith. So there's a TechSmith folder here. So what you want to do is you want to go to TechSmith folder, and if you open it up, you'll see Cam Studio here, and you'll see Camtasia, Camtasia Recorder, Camtasia.exe, all the Camtasia stuff. So you want to block all of it. So what you do is you go to the check mark, you click it, you click deny. So from here on out, my Camtasia will no longer speak with the internet. And if you check, I got a couple other programs too, like this one here. You don't see a lot, and I'll tell you, here's a couple here. Yep. Now, I don't have a lot, and I'll tell you why. Excuse me. This is good because you can get, you can download, software. It's good for people that, I'll put it like this, it's good for people that have pirated software because they can use software for free. Here's a bad thing about it. The bad thing about it is, number one, you can't install any updates, because once you select to install an update for these programs, you're basically allowing the computer to communicate with the internet. You're allowing the computer to communicate with the internet, and what's going to happen is that along with the updates you're going to receive, it's also going to find out that you're using pirated software. It's going to check the serial number. Okay, that's guaranteed. That's going to happen. So you can't get any updates. There's a high possibility that if you do try to update, it's guaranteed to happen that your software is going to get blocked. Another downside is if for whatever reason there's a lapse in your firewall protection. Let's say you put your firewall on pause or anything happens which by accident somehow the software talks to the internet, you're screwed. And then you're going to have to go through the whole process of reinstalling the software. And many times what these companies do, like Camtasia, Sony Vegas, these large companies, what they do is once it finds out you have pirated software or using a license key that you didn't buy, it'll put something in your computer's registry. So that if you do try to use another license key and you do try to block it again, it's already too late. It already knows that you use pirated software, and from there on you're basically screwed no matter what you do, and you're just left with buying the software, or you're gonna have to do some heavy registry cleaning, which this thing keeps popping up. With the registry, you don't want to mess with because you could severely screw up your computer. And that goes to my second point, why I don't like using software that comes with cracks. So a lot of these software comes with cracks which change your computer's registry information. And once you change your computer's registry information, it's kind of like changing somebody's DNA, which is almost impossible to get it back unless you reinstall Windows completely again. So the point is, further on down the line, if your computer starts glitching and you start seeing weird stuff, it's impossible for you to trace back where the issue is or to fix it, because the issue is in your registry, which you screwed up by installing cracked software. So I stay away from cracked software. So like for instance, this Camtasia, I just blocked it just for the purpose of the video. But the Camtasia, I use trial software. So I have it as a trial right now because I don't want to. So if I open it up here, right, I'm actually using it right now to record this, so I'm not going to open it up again. But my point is that I'm using the trial version because it's going to last for 30 days. I'll have it for 30 days. Once the 30 days is up, I'll either have to buy it or find an alternative. But I don't want to use the crack and the methods that I have to use to get this working for free, because I could screw my computer. Is going to make changes to my computer that I don't want to do. So for you brothers out there, if you're using pirated software, I would advise you just to buy it if you can. If you can't buy it, download the trial, which is free for 30 days usually. And you can download all the updates you want. And basically within a time period, whatever that free trial period is, just save up the money to buy the software. So there's a couple of things on here that I have that are trial periods. I didn't want to do the crack for them because the cracks, they can screw up your computer. You'll get the program for free, but it'll make other changes that you don't know about, and you're trusting the hacker. And when you install the cracks, you don't know what the hacker has in the crack. It could be something to monitor your computer, to pull your credit card information. You really don't know, So even in my other videos, I talked about, downloading from trusted hackers. Even that I wouldn't do. I'd rather just straight up buy the program. And most programs out there, if you search online, Google for a free alternative, there's usually free alternatives for every single program out there. So try to do that. If you can't do that, download a free trial, like I said, and save up. Save up for the actual program. And if all else fails, you can't get the money or whatever, then download the crack if you have to, the pirated. And I have a video for that, how to download free software. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.